your heads that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will feel free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck.
Target acquired.
Eagle 1, first strike. You have permission to engage the target.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we are doing cool stuff. Why am I getting feedback? Where am I getting feedback from? That was weird. Got all kinds of feedback all of a sudden. Still am. Sing for you? No, I don't think so. Give me 1 sec, guys. I think I don't have the right. I was running behind the day, which is always awesome, as you all know. It's my own fault. I made had a bunch of different things going on, and had to help some people out with stuff, and just probably could have done a little better job on that. Just bear with me 1 minute while I figure out what this echo is, and then I can get figure this out. I think that's it. All right. T-Grid one instead of T-Pain? Sure, man. Yeah, so apparently I had something else going on saying that sucked. So, all right. Welcome, Michelle. I'm glad that you had so much fun. I have something just for you, Michelle.
Yeah. Spit on that thing. Absolutely. Say it again, y'all. Look out.
No, like,
Absolutely. Listen to me. Oh!
All right. Audio's good? All right, cool. That was exciting. All right. A lot of stuff kind of got missed missed today because I was late. I am late. I don't like being late, but that's how it went. I do not shave my arms, Heartbender. I do not. Let's see who we got out in the chat today. We have Woody Johnson. Hopefully he's still here. I was late. And that's what it is. Kevin is out there. Good job, Kevin. Are we not men? Effing epic. Viking Paradigm dropped by. Somehow he has missed getting a membership. We'll have to rectify that. Heartbender, of course. Mr. Boulay, our top mod in the house. Jantix, I see you out there. Shazzy Bear, welcome, Shazzy Bear. Good to see you. And Michelle, of course, and all of that. What? I don't understand what clap back. I generally don't bother clapping back, but what are we talking about here? Oh, Cheeks will be along soon. I'll call him and make him come on to the stream. Man, I'm just about over this cough, man. It's just like barely there, but it's there. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know what is going on today. Arizona? I like Arizona. Arizona's cool. I go out there about once a year to do some cool stuff. That's my son calling, which is odd. He knows better. But I will be right back. Dad's job is never done. All right. Believe in yourself. Welcome back, man. So I seem to have missed some chat while I was jawing around with my kid. Let's see what we got here. Flo was talking about how you tech tinker with your streams, then you pop on today with a robot voice. I don't listen to Flo. He's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. So waste of time. All right, let's see. I am always tinkering with my streams, though. It's my nature. It's not just the streams; it's the studio and everything else. It's my nature to change things, and and I just can't not do it. So that's how that works. So yeah, all right, cool. All right, so let's figure this out. All right. It does look completely different. I actually switched everything around 180 degrees. And I did a bunch of stuff really. I really I don't know. I did a lot of work to it on I think Saturday, and I didn't it wasn't that I really like intended to like just go down that road. It's just kind of how it worked out, and that's what it that's what it worked out to be. So yeah, I like it overall. I think it's really good. So it yeah, I mean it's working out pretty good for me right now. We will see. We'll see what happens. See how it goes. I do have just as a kind of a just kind of part of that is I'm always messing with it. I'm always trying to figure out, the next best thing. And sometimes that's not that cool because I will forget. I will forget what what I did or whatever. So it's okay. It works out fine. So we'll see what happens. I'm not done yet. I have some more to do. I do like it this way better. I just don't have the everything bolted down quite yet, but I will. So anyway, so I guess we all saw the announcement. One of the reasons I was late today is I was running around, and I was really actually paying attention to a lot of the news and some of the things that were kind of going on with the with this with the idea that Biden is putting he's going to step aside. He's going to I guess resign on November the 5th, which is right before the election. That would effectively make Kamala Harris the president, regardless of whether she wins or loses. And that seems odd to me. Maybe I'm the only one, but it seems odd to me. And I just don't know, how we're going to. Yeah, I don't know how people are reconciling this really. So. But it is what's going to happen. I mean, we're not, there's no way around it. There's nothing we can do about it. It's definitely the, well, I mean, I say there's no way out of it. I don't know. It may not happen. It could just be all, what do you call it? It could all just be it all could be just nothing. It could be a nothing burger. I mean, things, a lot of this stuff is you just look at it and you go, well, I don't know. I don't necessarily believe that. Obviously, you kind of have to wonder when people say things, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Where are you guys at on this? Do you think that he's actually going to step aside and therefore, the Kamala will be effectively president during the election? That has some implications. It also it has a couple of other implications because the the VP has to certify the election. Without a VP, I'm not really sure what the process is. That's what I was trying to look up earlier. Was, what is the procedure on that? If for whatever reason, we're not, he's not able to be the guy, right? Like if she is now president and has no VP, who certifies the election, right? That's like a legit thing to ask, right? So I don't know, man. I'm really curious about this. I really am wondering what what we're gonna get out of this. I could be wrong, I could be, I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be really interesting. I think I'm trying to figure this out now. I don't know. I hate to say one way or the other right now, but it really seems like to me, and again, I could be really off on this, right? Like I could be really, really bad. I could be really strangely off on it, but it just really feels like that we're just off, so it's just not happening the way we want it to happen, and I don't know. He will not step aside. If anything, this will be a Woodrow Wilson situation, and no, the 25th is irrelevant in this situation because the 25th doesn't require innovation in this situation. That's interesting. President pro temp of the Senate becomes VP. I believe that as well. So this is just very confusing, and it's a lot of underhanded manipulation that I believe, honestly, that nobody wants. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to do this. And we're really hang on, guys. I'm going to have to cam down for a minute. I need to take care of something really quick. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had some other stuff. No, I did not have to get a bong hit, Michelle. That's funny though. No, I had some stuff that I had not connected that I needed to connect. So, it is what it is. You guys crack me up. You really do. That's very funny. That's odd, but okay. So anyway, yeah. So this is just nuts, man. It's like everything that I look around and see, everything that we're doing right now politically is crazy. Like there's no it's hard to rationalize it, it's hard to make it make sense. It's hard to really get an understanding of what what the real situation is. The thing is Trump's out there. I understand what Trump's doing. Trump's out there campaigning. He's making speeches. He put his program out. He put his whole deal out there. He did, all of the things, right? Which is cool. That's what you're supposed to do. But we have Biden out here who's running around. Nobody knows what his nobody actually knows what his position is, really, as near as I can tell. Nobody understand. I don't understand, what he's got going on as far as the I honestly have no idea what is going on with him. I don't understand kind of where he's trying to take this, or pardon me. I understand where Trump is. I don't understand where Kamala is trying to take any of this. The interview with Oprah, obviously we all saw that. Oprah looked like she wanted to hide, right? Like literally she just wanted to like duck out and be somewhere, anywhere else. Obviously she couldn't be anywhere else because that would have been basically impossible. But I mean, come on, guys, what this is terrible. This is terrible stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what the process is really. I don't understand what we have to do. And I don't get it. And I don't understand what Biden is trying to do. I understand what Trump's trying to do. I don't understand what Kamala is trying to do. And worse, I really don't understand what the people who comment on it is about. So Angel Berber says, that yes, in 1919, Wilson had a massive stroke, incapacitating for the rest of his term. His wife ran the country in his place. Even with the 25th in existence after 1965, that scenario is very possible. Yes, and I honestly believe that Pelosi's wife is actually running things. It's really interesting. I mean, look, all of this is very interesting to all of us, right? But let me kind of shift gears, because again, I just don't understand. I want to make it really clear. I don't really understand what they're trying to talk about in the on the left, right? With Biden, Kamala, and all of that. I really don't understand their entire philosophy. On the other side of this, what I also don't understand is I don't understand how all of the Democrat supporters, especially streamers and press people and all of that, I don't understand their rhetoric. I'm trying to understand their rhetoric. I'm trying to understand where they're coming from. And I just keep coming back to, I don't know. I don't understand anything they're talking about. Like it's just complete garbage. I don't want it to be garbage, but it's garbage. Like there's no, there's nothing there. And I'm really trying to reconcile. And over the weekend, I don't know if you guys watch Rob Noor at all. You should. If you're not watching Rob Noor, you should definitely watch Rob Noor. Rob Noor is awesome. Rob Noor kind of, he confronts Destiny on his rhetoric, and the rhetoric that Destiny is using is not even current rhetoric. Like it's all old stuff, right? Like it's out of date. It doesn't matter. And so we're really trying to, I don't know. What are we trying to do here? We're trying to figure it out. Are we not trying to figure it out? I don't know. But I mean, it kind of is what it is. So, sorry guys, I keep getting text. I'm normally in a bit different place. Anyway. Yeah, Rob is really great. And he called out Destiny the other day, and he's actually calling out the Democrats on what are you guys talking about? Like there's no platform that's been given, right? Like there's just none. There's just nothing out there. Like you want there to be. We all understand, right? That they want there to be a really good platform. But the reality is that there's not a good platform out there. Isn't. And whoops, kicked myself off there for a minute. There just isn't a good platform for them to base off of. And as much as they kind of want to act like there is, there just really isn't. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know that we're ever going to figure any of this stuff out. But at least this election, until like in 30 years, there's going to be a whole bunch of memoirs come out about how badly so and so cheated, or how badly this thing ran away from them, or how they didn't have any real agenda at all other than just win. So just say whatever it takes to win, and that's enough, right? I don't know. I just feel like that's where we're going to be, right? Like I can't see anything else. I want to. I just can't see it. I just don't believe it. I just don't think it's going to exist in the way that we want it to. I don't know what that really means right now. It would be great if we had, if we were able to, I don't know. It would be great if we were able to understand what was really truly going on. I just don't think that we're going to be able to. I want to. I just don't think it's going to happen. So I don't know. You guys have any opinions? I'm missing. It's like chat stopped. You guys all go to sleep. Did I put you guys to sleep? I might have. No? All right. We'll keep going. At any rate, one of the things that I think is really interesting for me, is really kind of interesting to watch and observe from a kind of off to the side, is this thing? All right, whatever. Did the stream get jacked up? Let's see. Did the stream really get jacked up? Are we still good? Okay, cool. All right. I guess everybody's just kind of bored. Yeah. All right, cool. We'll roll with it. All right. Anyway, yeah, Wilson's wife did do that, Angel. That's true. I feel like that Wilson's actually a really good example of what happens when when we have a president who is incapacitated. It's really a great example, and it's very applicable to what's going on now. That's actually true. I remember reading about that. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me know that. For some reason, again, I tore all of this apart. There's still some things not quite working right. I don't have sound on my end through the Streamlabs, so I'm just kind of like, I can't hear any alerts or anything right now. So it's a little weird. I thought it was a setting, but I don't think it is. I think it's in the software. I think I need to. I'm going to end up having to reboot the software with the computer to make it work. And yeah, it's just a weird deal. Anyway, we'll just, I'll keep moving through it. So, and actually I have a really short program today anyway, because again, normally I would have started at noon. I had a lot of errands to run. I had a lot of things going on today. So today was today has just been a bad day. And I may do a stream tomorrow evening prior to whatever to make up for it. If not, we'll see. Or maybe I'll do it while whatever is going on, and we'll kind of review whatever. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Whatever happens. So Vance, Vance is doing what Vance does, which I think is cool. Trump's doing what Trump does. That's cool. And Rob made a great point the other day about how the Democrats are just kind of stupid a lot of times. And what they do is they will basically, Trump will say something stupid, like, I don't know, that Haitians are eating animals, or, somebody's, they're peeing in the lake, or it's something that he got off of Twitter, right? That's, like 12% truth and 88% not necessarily true. And what'll end up happening is what it will end up happening is the press will run with it in an effort to prove Trump absolutely wrong. And then the next thing you know, Trump's proven right. Everything's right. He didn't do anything wrong, or not right, but close, right? Like they could have just said, yeah, you know what? In Springfield, now I'm going to echo Rob Noor here, but we can use it in many instances. They'll say, well, yeah, they could say, well, yeah, all right, Trump overstated. No, they're not eating people's pets in Springfield, but there are a lot of problems in Springfield, and that's why we're saying what we're saying. But no, that's not what they do. What they do is they say, well, Trump was completely wrong, and here's why. And then they basically act like, Springfield is, an oasis in Ohio, right? And there's nothing wrong. But the truth is that there's still a lot wrong. And it's not necessarily the pet issue. It's, that there's not enough sanitation. There's not enough money in the humanitarian coffers to take care of these people. There's not enough, whatever it is, there's not enough. Or, there's an increase in things, an increase in crime, an increase in the cost of housing now, because these people are moving here and they take up all the low cost housing and drive everybody out, or whatever it is. And then the press then focuses a giant spotlight on the area that ends up making Trump look like a hero. And I think it's very interesting how that works out. I think it's very well. I think it's interesting. Callum, welcome to the show. It's kind of a eclectic show today, and I probably should have just canceled the show for today, but I wanted to at least show up. I don't like not showing up. On the other side of this, you have Kamala, who went into a state basically where the average salary is like $50,000 a year. And she trots out a billionaire to tell everybody how bad the billionaire has it. And Oprah's face just went nuts. And, it was in such poor taste. This woman is completely disconnected with all of reality. And I don't know that you really understand what I mean when I say she's disconnected with all of reality. I mean, she has no idea what reality is. Just nothing. None of it. She does not get it. I hate to say it, but that's true. And, it is what it is. Now that's going to be about the end of my monologue. I have about an hour that we could have some, if we have some people that want to come up and chat, that would be great. Let's see. Let's see if anybody's hanging out that I could pull in here. Not real. I mean, yeah, but also no. Pardon me. I am upgrading. So not only did I change everything around, but I'm upgrading the computer for the show as well. My computer actually streams fine. That's actually not my problem. But the more editing and the more things like that I'm doing, kind of the worse it gets. And I'm really trying to solve, or at least attempt to solve, a problem that I think I have. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. I don't know that I have I don't know if I have an actual problem, but that's it. We retuning a new control. It worked first time. Yeah, it's working, but it's not quite working. And I think I want to change the computer to a dedicated computer just for the show. I currently use my laptop, and I have to move it, and my laptop's like stupid heavy, and I don't know. So, do we have anybody out in the audience that would like to come up and chat while I'm here, while I'm doing cool stuff? Yeah. Why did Andrew shave his arms? I don't think he did. I don't think he did. Yes, I've been running the entire show off of an MSI gaming laptop, which has been perfectly adequate for it. But I keep adding add-ons like more video processing. I've got the Stream Deck. I've got a mixer that runs off of the computer as well. And I think that all of the things I have running concurrently, while it's not really overtaxing the computer itself, it just kind of piles up sometimes, and then I'll get a glitch, and I don't like it. So I'm going to move back to a tower, and I was actually that's one of the things I need to do probably today or tomorrow is I need to put a tower in. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. So I've refrained from having a PC for like 10 years, maybe 15 years. Just the last tower system I had was, a while back. So does anybody have anything political, social, whatever you guys want to talk about? Because now would be a great time to come up and do it. Because again, I kind of ruined my entire topic for the day. Nobody? All right. Yeah. So Viking. So it's kind of almost sideways because my current setup is a it's an MSI Raider GE76. And so it's like, I mean, it's a pretty ridiculous laptop. It was really expensive when I bought it, but it's not very expensive now. So, and I mean, it's pretty capable machine. Let's see. Too busy making making my boyfriend a sandwich. That's funny, Heartbender. That's funny. I'm not familiar with you. Are you new here? What's up, Mr. Yeah, night shift sucks, man. So Viking, my laptop is it's a 1 terabyte, 16 gig RAM. It's i7. Don't ask me the rest. It's just an i7 core, Intel Core i7. It's got the RTX 3060 graphics card, and it's pretty capable laptop. And so basically, it'll be almost. I mean, it won't be quite a lateral swap over to a tower, but it'll be better just in the fact that I don't have to move it all the time. I don't have to disconnect anything, and it won't be used for anything else but the streaming. And I'll just do everything else on my laptop. So yeah. Yeah, so I use laptops a lot and when I was working because when I had the business, because I was always moving somewhere, and I had we had desktops for the we had desktops for the shops, we had desktops for client facing stuff, but not I haven't used one in a long time. My wife has one, and she ended up not using it as much as she thought she would either. And so, it is what it is. I don't know what that was. It was weird. Trying to. Where is my? That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, Glenn had a great stream. His 5,000 sub stream that was great. I didn't get to hardly tune in for any of it, but it was good. All right. Well, nobody wants to come up. That's unfortunate. It would have been cool. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to a tower with 32 gig and probably just another terabyte. Yeah. So definitely, I think it is RAM that's really the biggest problem. So Shazzy Bear, that's totally cool. Is all right. I've basically spent all morning running around doing stuff. I've had a lot of stuff going on with my sons and my wife and stuff like that. So I had to do dad stuff all morning. While I started to prepare a little bit for the show, I really don't have, I'm not going to say things that I'm not really pretty familiar with. So I'm just kind of up here. We'll talk for a little bit. It'll be fine. Yeah, come on up, Mr. You'll be a great you'll be a good guy to have on. Let me get you the link. I haven't put the link in there yet. Also, I really hate running behind, and that just throws me off my game completely as well. So I know that you don't want to hear that it's you, it's not you, it's me speech, but it is, it's me. So let me send this to Mr. Boulay. Well, I'll just send it to you directly. There we go. All right, you've got the link, sir. How do you like the Ryzen Viking? I run the okay. All right. Well, you know, then I'll do that. I'm thinking I'm going to go with the 7700 Ryzen Viking. What streaming service do I use? I use either. I'm on Streamlabs Talk Studio, but I also use StreamYard. StreamYard, and actually, I was having this conversation earlier. StreamYard is more stable, but it has less features, and it's, in my opinion, it's not as easy to use. Streamlabs is Talk Studio is feature packed. It's the wave of the future, but for whatever reason, it's like they only half-assed it, and it's just not as good. It's just not as good. And this is where my sound. I need my sound to work, and it doesn't work. So let me see if I can't get my sound to work. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to deal with some lag. So, because I don't have audio through Streamlabs right now.
Can you hear me?
Through StreamYard. Oh, maybe I do. No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Perfect. Now it's working fine. How about that?
Okay.
Cool. That works out great.
Yeah. Did you hear about the funding bill? Government shutdown funding bill?
No, I missed. I have not.
Yeah. Well, it's messed up because anytime they make it a huge mistake that they don't want people to know, they do it on a weekend because you know, guys like us watch the news cycle during the week, and we're with our families, you know, on the weekend and stuff. But now I watch it on the weekend because of how important all this stuff is, you know, up until November. And so for those who don't understand what I mean by this, let me just explain real quick. Every year, they do a funding bill, and if they don't fund it, they end up shutting down the government until they fund it. And usually it happens around Christmas time, and there's a bunch of our tax dollars that get put into this crap, and normally people, you know, rage and get pissed off, but that's not the point. The point is every time our guys on the right have momentum or leverage to use against these bad actors on the left, the only because the Democrats were in power for 4 years, the only leverage that our guys have was using you know, the House of Representatives to block any, you know, their stuff. And every single time in 4 years, except for once, involving McCarthy, when they got rid of McCarthy,
Yeah.
that's the only time in 4 years that they actually like held their own. And
Yeah.
so this time they said, "Oh, we're not going to pass a funding bill without putting in the SAVE Act." And for those of you guys who don't know, the SAVE Act is a bill that the right side want. That okay, and you're talking 70% around of citizens like Americans believe they want ID voting. Okay,
Yeah.
so proof of citizenship to vote. That's what that means. And so our guys are like, we're not passing any funding until you put the SAVE Act in the government shutdown bill. And they caved again. And this weekend, what happened was they're like, oh, we don't want to shut down the government. I'm like, oh, here we go again. You know what?
Yeah. We can name that
So
tune in 2 notes.
rather than have some balls and be like, we're not compromising. We're going to shut it down until you put in what we want. They caved again, and they were like, yeah, we'll pass it. I was like, and of course, not too many people are covering this, but as that vote happens, gets closer to the date that they have to pass it, it'll come into the news more often. But if this is true, it just looks to me like Mike Johnson, who is a good guy. He's from Louisiana. He did some really good stuff on the courts. He's the House of Representatives leader. And despite the fact that he's a good guy and everything, and he was on the House Oversight Committee, um, what a failure this guy's been. Oh my God. Literally the whole way through. He caved to him every step of the way,
Mm.
and
What do
it's
you
just
think about the erratic movements of Kamala and her team? Between having Megan Thee Stallion dance on stage and claiming that it was a full stadium when it was AI. A lot of it was AI in the video. Whether it's talking to Oprah about how bad people have it with a billionaire standing there, or as her guest, the billionaire, not a local guy, just and actually no idea why that guy was even there. I mean, why bring that specific dude up? And
well, to
then
people like us that actually care about our country. What a slap in the face some of these idiots are in charge. I mean,
yeah.
it,
I mean,
what?
but
Ugh.
what do you think about this erratic behavior, man? It's really it's hard to reconcile. You know what I mean? Like it's really you're just like what the hell, man? Like this is crazy. It's
Yeah,
not good stuff.
yeah. It's a spectacle to these people, But the sick part is, especially for people who've been watching a long time like us, uh, they don't believe. We both know they don't believe half the stuff they say. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like for them, it's just like that's why I say it's a spectacle. You know?
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, and I can't. I don't want to argue, and that's why I'm really not arguing anything today. I'm just like I got to be honest with you. I'm a little dumbfounded. I'm a little dumbfounded because it really seems to me like even if you have the barest skim coat of knowledge of politics right now, you would be looking at like the Trump camp, and they're out there. They're actually running a campaign. They're going places. They're doing things. They're meeting people. They're talking to local representatives. They're talking to the congressmen, the all the way down to like city councils, right? Like they're actually campaigning in a way that I think most people would understand. And then um, you have what do they call it? I forget what they call it this morning. But you have this fake person that changes claims depending on audience, that lies and literally lies. Like it wasn't even like it could have been a mistake, but it was just absolute lie, and has apparently no real agenda. and just one thing after another, the faked AI crowds, not doing an interview for what did it end up being? 38 days, 40 days, something like that. I forget what it was, but
It doesn't matter because we both know that, when you're on the right, you represent your own legislation. When you're on the left, you're just a guy in a
you're just
room
attacking everybody else's, right?
yeah, you're just a guy in a room casting a vote for somebody else's legislation. And not to say that everyone on the right is there's some on the right that aren't like that, but my point, we've discussed this before. The only good guys are on the right. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. There are some guys like
I certainly don't think you're wrong. But let me throw this at you because I was thinking about this earlier. I'm glad that I had somebody to talk because it doesn't sound when I say it if I say it by myself, it doesn't sound right. But with going in a back and forth exchange, to me, and I don't think enough people, I don't think enough normal people make this observation to other people, and that is, do we realize that the person who's complaining about the economy has been in charge of the economy for 12 of the last 16 years? If they were going to fix it, why haven't they fixed it? And they're not. And okay, and honestly, it would be a compelling argument, honestly, if Kamala came out and said, "Hey, everything we've done for the past 12 out of 16 years has been complete fuckery, and I don't understand it. And you know what? I've talked to some really smart people, and they've given me these not directives, but they've given me this plan, and I believe in it, and we're going forward. This is what we're going to do." And I'm Obama didn't make it better. Biden didn't make it better. I didn't make it better when I was VP, but going forward, it's a clean slate. Everything's great. I mean, even if she didn't mean it, this would be a winning campaign because all Trump really has to do is say, the 4 years under my reign were the best in the last 16. Right? That's all he has to say. And he's right. So when we and this would stop the two sides of the same coin arguments, the everybody's the same but different, because realistically, when you look at it, for 12 out of the last 16 years, Democrats have done nothing to lower crime, decrease spending of any kind, increase wealth in the country, and by wealth, I mean like down to the lowest guy who, the ditch digger who can now afford Nikes instead of Converse, right? And they've not done that. They've just not. And
well,
so
one of the things.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was just making I don't want to interrupt your line of thinking. I was just going to say, sometimes I bring up this point that we will become a truly communist nation when and it's not there yet, but we're trending that way. When the amount of government jobs, like the actual number overtakes the number of labor jobs in the country. So at that point, the majority workforce in America will be government jobs. I think that's what they really want.
Well, you might not be wrong. I see that as like, I don't know how close we can get to that. Imperious, I see you out there, and he is right. The largest employer in the nation is already the government. That is true. The largest single employer is definitely the government. That's for sure. And that's one of the reasons, honestly, that's one of the reasons why we can't get anything done with with employment and salary reforms because the government employees have such a great deal and they will not give it up at all. So there's there's an interesting dynamic, I think, that we forget. I'm sorry, I had to touch my mic, guys. I know it booms loudly when I do that. I think that we really have gotten into this complacency where the politicians tell us what we expect to hear and we just go along with it, and nobody actually cares. And this was kind of where I was going with it. I don't think people actually care because I think that most people know 100% that Kamala is lying through her teeth. Okay. I just can't see you making an argument that that is not the case.
That's why in all the streams that I'm in, I mean, relationship dynamics and stuff like that, that obviously matters because culture is downstream from politics, or reverse that, actually.
Yeah, politics is downstream of culture for sure.
Yeah, but in the near time frame,
although it's really incestuous right now. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
yeah, go ahead.
I need to be really clear about this because I think it's something that, talking, because I talk on both things very often. We like to say that politics is downstream of relationships, and that's true. A broken home, and people left, single mothers and single fathers who can't make ends meet lean on the government and will basically do whatever the government says in order to have a good life, right? Like that's a real thing. We have to be really careful here because the politics put in place are what create that dynamic in the first place, right? Like the
gaslighting.
Yeah, it's gaslighting. It's normalizing, actually, is closer to what it is. Normalizing that it's okay to be a single mother, single father. This is part of the problem, right? Like this is not, and I know that I've kind of, taken a wide loop in the conversation, but I'll bring it back. When you look at someone as a politician, you don't see single father, single mother politicians. You don't do it because the majority of the people in this country still will not vote for that. They might be accepting of it, but they're not going to vote for it. But the Democrats are patient. They're like water. Water knows if it flows long enough and if it alternates between crashing and flowing, dripping and raging, it knows that eventually it will wear that stone into the shape it wants it to be. And this is what the Democrats know. This is what the Democrats know. They know that if they just keep low level, pushing single parent families, pushing people to be on government assistance of one kind or the other. Now, remember, government assistance used to just be welfare, and it was kind of shameful to be on it and all of that. But now you have what is it? A Section 8 housing, right? Everybody's okay with that. Well, a lot of people are okay with that now. A lot of people are on it. Now we have government-backed student loans, which almost everyone has a government-backed student loan. Now, I didn't. I went to school prior to government-backed student loans, but I think literally everyone is in college has a student loan of some kind, and they don't understand the tolls that those loans will take on them, and they're specifically pushed from knowing what tolls that's going to take on them, right? Like they don't know, and they don't want to know. And so the more people that are on this government assistance, right, the more companies like you're a truck driver, I believe, and if your
Yeah.
company's largest client becomes the government, then you are now on government assistance, whether you want to be or not. You are, right? I mean, you work every day for that money, which is admirable, but you in the back, a lot of people now, you wouldn't, because you have a strong mind and you think classically, but a lot of weak-minded people would be like, I really can't vote for the guy who says he's going to downgrade these programs because I might lose my job. I might be the one cut. And so again, government is the water that's shaping the stone, and they're doing it, and they're normalizing behavior that we would not accept even 100 years ago. Just 100 years ago, we would not accept this behavior. But the government is the key player in normalizing it. Right? This is why abortion is such a key issue to them. First, it keeps the abortion issue keeps people from focusing on real issues. And the next thing is that it keeps people divided absolutely firmly on sides and with very little crossover. And that's why it will never go away until until literally it's basically beat into everyone's heads that this is what it is. I just feel like that, or pardon me, I'm not going to say I feel like. My observation is that currently there are more people on government assistance in some way or the other than there are off of government assistance, and those people vote. I'm sorry.
Well, let me. No, you're good. You're good. Let me just say this about what you're saying too. What I would say to that is, how many of these American citizens would vote that way? And this is why right, I advocate for any light or right leaning streamers or online news and stuff like that, independent, and why they don't want that, because like your channel and a bunch of others that are that I would say are right leaning, because while it looks pretty upfront and we're gonna give you this handout, or we're gonna take care of you in a certain way, I'm not sure that they would vote that way if they knew what they were doing behind the scenes to like backhand hurt people. And example of this is, like, I was in Destiny's chat like 3 weeks ago, and he literally sits there to hunt down court cases and stuff like that. Like, one of the things Andrew says is, he says, go watch their the feminist channels and stuff like this to find out what their ideologies are. And I've been doing that lately, and so I go into his chat and I'm like, okay, he's trying to prove that it was a lie, that there was no election interference in 2020, and which obviously there was. Like, okay, so there's a few streamers out there who have the proof, and I sent it to you in the Discord. That guy Mark Wingate on the Fulton County Board of Georgia elections, 147,000 ballots had no signature verification in 2020. And so I put this in his chat, right, in Destiny's chat, and they're like, oh, if anyone has anything, go ahead and put it down. But you guys don't have anything. I'm like, oh, I got something. So I reference everything, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, we gotta go, time to go, guys. I'm like, oh yeah, but that's just a small example of other stuff. Like, you talked about the education system and stuff like that, and how while the idea, again, the idea is nice, guys, but what's really going on is blah 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 blah. While the idea of government handouts for education is nice, or these loans, and they're funded, these colleges are funded by the government, and they push their propaganda and stuff like that. But they're going to give green cards to people after they're here on a work education visa, and the green card holders get to vote. You know, and there's countless examples of this, like backhanded, like f you to everybody. I'm not sure a lot of the, I mean, that's why, um, you know, I say that these streams and independent news and stuff like that's so important, because people have to know what's really going on. And as far as the election goes in right now, um, there's stories that keep getting buried, like the one I brought up about the, you know, they release it on a Sunday.
Well, I mean, that's
you know,
actually that's a real thing. One of the problems with the news today is there's so much more that gets buried because you'll never see it. Um, I have a guy showing up in about 10 or 15 minutes. So I'm going to end up cutting the show a little bit short. Um,
Mm.
and I'm thinking about sending you guys over to CT's stream, and the because that'll be awesome. But coming back to the I'm not sure though. So if anybody has another someone that's live that is an alternate choice, let me shoot me a message. But I mean, look, guys, when we talk about the news cycle, most people know more about what's happening in the nation than they do in their town. And this is wrong. This is backwards, right? Like this is not good. If you know more about your town, if you know more about the people that are, pardon me, if you know more about your town, you're more involved in your town. You can do great things in your town. But if you're really focused on this whole national thing, you're going to believe a lot of lies as fed to you, because you won't know that they're lying to you. There's no way for you to know, right? There's no way. You can't know.
Are you in Blackburn's district by any chance? I'm not going to say what area that is. I'm just curious if yours. I think
Yeah,
yours is
yeah.
Blackburn.
I voted for Marsha Blackburn. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's why I put my kid in private school, because
Mm-hmm.
where unfortunately I'm in the Northeast. So what that means is, my brother was an NYPD officer. My other brother's a detective, and they both were forced to get the jab. And when my wife was still alive, um, uh, my daughter was just born, and they wanted to give her all these jabs and crap. And because I read all the stuff, we had to have 4 doctors in 2 years, because like you said, on the local level, they hand me this paper, right, and it says,
Mm-hmm.
by not doing this, I'm willfully endangering the life of my kid. So, and I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm not signing this crap. Are you kidding
yeah.
me?
Why would you sign that? That's crazy talk.
Yeah, no, because then what happens is they want a document that, should it ever come up in court over something, you know, we all know where that type of
Yeah.
thing leads. But I mean, you're right on that
You
too. Like,
you absolutely know where it leads. And here's the thing, guys. And I've got to, unfortunately, guys, I have a guy showing up. I actually forgot that he was coming by. Fortunately, he texted me and said, "Hey, I'm going to be there in 15 minutes." That was roughly 12 minutes ago.
yeah,
So I'm gonna,
we'll continue our conversation at a different time. I'll
yeah,
drop
we
down.
need
Thanks
to
for having me.
continue this. And maybe I'll do a show tomorrow, or definitely we'll pick it up on Wednesday. Um, Guys, this is important. You need to know about your local politics. You need to obviously you have to understand national politics as well, but you really, really have to focus on your local area. Smoking Spaceman is correct. The local papers and TV stations are often far more focused on national news than they are local news. So you may have to read the actual paper, or you may have to read your local. And thanks for coming on, Mr. Mister. I appreciate it. Everybody, give him some W's in the chat if you're still here. It's a very interesting thing because you may have to resort to your local, college conservative news. You may have to resort to other news sources. It's something worth listening to. But guys, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna send you guys to the. Hang on, I gotta get the right one. I'm gonna send you over to Chaotic Truth because he is hilarious. And he's just got it going on, guys. He's got it's all good stuff. You're really going to enjoy it. And I can't say enough good things about my buddy Chaotic Truth. So there we go. And there we go. All right, guys. He just ended his show. Joe Mobley. I got in my show, guys. Unless, I tell you what, yeah, that's all right, guys. It's okay. I was late too. It's been a messed up day. Joe Mobley, call me in about an hour if you have time. I would appreciate it, sir. And guys, I've got to get out of here. I've got a guy arriving that I have to talk to and help him out with some stuff. So I do apologize. Is he shutting down? I'm gonna send you guys over there anyway. You guys deserve it. So anyway, Joe, give me a call when you get a chance, and the rest of you guys, W's in the chat to all of you. Enjoy. Have a great day, and we'll see you later. Oh wait, is he shut down? Is he still live? No, he's done. He's done, guys. Sorry, I'm just gonna shut down. No redirect today. Wait, maybe Jess is alive. I'm just gonna shut it down. All right, guys. Go find people on the internet to watch. I apologize that it's been a messed up show today. Enjoy your lives. And Smoking Spaceman, that is awesome that you're involved. Yeah, but I got to literally walk out the door. I don't have time to do it. You guys all go over to Jess White's. And I will see you guys later. Enjoy, and you guys have been awesome. Thank you for putting up with my lateness and tardiness today. Yeah, go to Jess White. I'm literally going to click end stream. I don't really have a minute to set it up. So, all right, guys, have fun, enjoy. Go over to Jess White's stream. Somebody got a link. Can one of the mods post a link to Jess White's live, please? A mod, anyone? So you guys can go over there. Yeah, I understand she's alive. I don't have time to. Literally got to click end stream as quickly as possible. Yeah, all right, let me get can I find a link? Let me go back. Live. She's reviewing whatever and some other stuff. All right, I'm setting up the redirect now, guys. Hell with it. It's all good. Paste. Done. Save. All right, guys. I got it. I got you guys. You're being redirected over there. You guys have a fun time. See ya. And I'm out.